you think about, is it selfish? Is it worth it? Is it something?
There are places on Earth you visit once, and they follow you for life. And then there's Necker Island, a private world built not by legacy or royalty, but by vision. Ambitious, electric, and deeply human. This is the story of Sir Richard Branson's most personal creation, and perhaps his greatest escape. Necker isn't just an island, it's a statement. 74 acres of raw Caribbean perfection shaped into a living, breathing fantasy. A playground for the world's elite, a sanctuary for those who have everything except peace. But let's rewind. In 1978, a 28-year-old record store entrepreneur, barely scratching the surface of global fame, spotted something few others dared to imagine: a remote, undeveloped rock among the British Virgin Islands. Price tag, $6 million. His offer, $100,000, and it was rejected, hard. Weeks later, he'd negotiated it down to $180,000, a miracle deal even then. Branson didn't buy Necker with money, he bought it with boldness. Today, that same island books for over £280,000 a week, not for a hotel suite, for the whole island. But the price you pay to get here is never just financial. To arrive at Necker is to leave the real world behind. After landing in the Caribbean, a private boat ride, or a helicopter for the brave and the wealthy, delivers you into a reality few ever witness. A place where being barefoot is protocol, where sunset dinners end in fire breathers, and lunchtime might involve eating sushi off a body or a floating kayak. Everything here feels like it's been engineered to be unforgettable, because it has. Guests don't stay here. They belong here for however long they can afford to. Famous for being famous, Necker has quietly played host to Nelson Mandela, Princess Diana, Kate Winslet, Harry Styles, and hundreds whose names don't trend but whose wallets would make Wall Street blush. Yet for all the glamour, Necker's real magic is its contradiction. Yes, it dazzles, but it also disarms. Step into the master suite and you may find a $30,000 a week bill and a bathtub the size of a Manhattan kitchen. But you'll also find simplicity, wet hair, flip-flops, breakfast with Branson at a picnic table. This isn't the Four Seasons, it's something beyond luxury. It's anti-formal, authentic in a way most luxury resorts won't allow themselves to be. And that's by design. Branson believes people relax best when they aren't pretending. So forget the black tie dress codes, the velvet ropes. Necker is barefoot billionaires and shirtless kite surfers. It's working lunch meetings in a pool with champagne. Productivity redefined. But make no mistake, beneath the paradise is precision. It takes over 100 staff, engineers, spa therapists, chefs, house managers, to keep Necker running seamlessly. Many live on the neighboring island of Virgin Gorda and start their commute long before sunrise. For them, this is more than a job. It's a responsibility to deliver dreams. Agatha, a senior housekeeper, wakes at 4:30 a.m. Her day begins long before coffee is served or guests even lift their designer sheets. By the time the elite are ordering papaya smoothies and gluten-free croissants, Agatha has already helped make Necker what it truly is. Effortless fantasy, precisely choreographed. We know what table they love for sunset, what lotion they use before dinner, how many cubes of ice go in their evening bourbon. And when something goes wrong, even whether guests rarely notice. Because while they sip rosé beside the infinity plunge pool, General Manager Kenny might be digging sand, moving it truckload by truckload to restore a beach reshaped by the tides. Working alongside his wife Lisa, Kenny didn't arrive as a boss. He came here as a water sports instructor and became the heartbeat of an island that never rests. For the Branson family, Necker is more than a trophy. It's home, a stage for unforgettable love stories, including Richard's own. He proposed to Joan, his wife of over 30 years, right here. His children learned to kite surf on these very beaches. And when lightning struck and swallowed the great house in flames years ago, Richard, naked and sprinting through cactus, helped rescue his guests before retreating into the ashes. He doesn't just own this island. He built it brick by belief. And yet, despite being a billionaire, Branson never tries to act like royalty. He dines with his guests, laughs with his staff, keeps a desk poolside, not corner suite. You could pitch him a business idea over breakfast, and if he likes it, you'll find yourself sitting next to his venture team by nightfall. He's built empires with simple rules: have fun, do good, and screw it, just do it. That same ethos runs through Necker like ocean breeze through the palms. But within the dream, reality knocks politely but persistently. Because Necker is also built on the backs of dozens of workers grinding long days, often far from family. More than half the island's staff are locals. Commuting by boat from communities were. Talk of mortgages and education outweigh mimosa menus. To them, Necker is not a vacation. It's bloodline. It's school fees, shelter, dignity. And that ecosystem, the blurred edge where paradise meets labor, makes Necker feel not sterile but human. It's easy to fall in love with the idea of Necker. Turquoise waters, floating sushi, award-winning chefs. But its true soul lies in the friction, the contrast. Island simplicity juxtaposed with tailored complexity. It's the moment a billionaire and a bartender share a laugh over a spilled drink. The night an introverted guest dances in disco lights with a chef who makes truffle risotto by day and cocktails at midnight. The space where exclusivity meets community, where wealth meets purpose. Branson says the best ideas come when you disconnect from chaos and reconnect with clarity. That's what Necker does. It gives space for entrepreneurs to dream again, lovers to remember why they fell, teams to bond beyond business dinners. And for some, it's even more personal. Regulars return not for glamour, but for rebirth. Penny, a New York real estate developer, has marked her 21st visit. I started coming here after losing someone close. I keep coming back because when I'm here, I feel whole again. That renewal, that rediscovery, it's hard to package. But on Necker, the unspoken promise isn't five-star service. It's soul care. And while price tags vary, the value never does. You're not paying just for an island. You're paying to rewrite your own story for a week, a weekend, or maybe for a lifetime. And the invitation still stands. Necker isn't for everyone. That's the point. But if you're craving more than just luxury, if you want beauty with heart, elegance with meaning, experience with depth, then maybe, just maybe, paradise is closer than you think. There's an old perception that luxury is about price. On Necker, it's about perspective. It's about walking into dinner in board shorts and meeting someone who quietly owns half a continent. It's about the way the light hits the ocean at 5:47 p.m. and how every sunset here seems personally curated. It's in the simplicity, the way no one asks what you do until they've seen how you laugh. That's what surprises most people. Not the infinity pools or the beachside bathtubs, not the celebrity sightings, but the humanity. It's knowing that the woman pouring your wine once danced in Parisian ballets, that the bartender kitesurfing by day was once unemployed in Spain until he sent a letter to a billionaire and got a job, that the sushi being served on the pool is chilled on a raft covered in orchids, prepared by a French chef who left Michelin stars behind to find work-life balance in the waves. Here, backstories are currency. They're richer than the diamonds. And while the guests live their dream, the staff live their truth. It's not always idyllic. Some days start before dawn and end when the last mojito settles into ice. Long shifts, emotional labor, the quiet understanding that they don't just serve food or fold towels, they hold space, energetic space, emotional space, making sure each guest feels seen but never scrutinized. Because Necker is built on discretion, the kind you can't buy but have to live by. You'll find no paparazzi, no waiting lists, no velvet rope bravado. Instead, there's a quiet confidence, A knowingness that you belong, not because of your status, but because you showed up craving something real. You came to feel again. Richard Branson often quips that the best ideas come after 3 rum punches. But here, that's more than a joke. There's alchemy and joy. Deals sealed at midnight on the shoreline. Lifelong friendships formed beside bonfires. Marriages renewed between yoga sessions and salt scrubs. Necker doesn't just bring people together. It strips them down to their essence. Take Robbie, for example, a self-declared elevator salesman from Ohio. No record label, no hedge fund, just a man who bid £16,000 at a charity auction for the chance to spend 1 week on this sacred soil. He arrived unsure, dialing down expectations, just hoping to breathe the same air as Branson for a few days. By his last morning, he'd done more than share a meal with the mogul. He'd had 2 strategy chats, pitched a business idea, received feedback, and walked away not with a handshake, but a memory that would reshape his trajectory. He called it the most human luxury I've ever experienced. The truth is, exclusivity is only impressive until you peel it back. What makes Necker unforgettable is not its cost, but its contrasts. Where else does the man who founded one of the world's biggest airline empires still fly kites barefoot at 70? Where else does your room have ocean views, hummingbirds, champagne on call, but also a fridge stocked by someone who climbs coconut trees and sends their earnings back to a family of 7? Where else can you go to reboot your business plan in the same villa where Princess Diana once read bedtime stories to her sons? The gravity of Necker isn't in its architecture, it's in its energy. A raw mix of air, ambition, and awe that lingers in every guest long after they've flown away. When you leave, something stays, Penny said during her 21st visit. You tell yourself it's just sun and sea, but somewhere around day 3, you realize you've reconnected with something no hotel brochure could sell. And that something, it's you. The version of you not buried by deadlines, not blurred by expectations. The one who dances at dinner and watches dolphins at dawn, who listens without checking your phone, who dreams with both feet in the sand. Necker is more than a location. It's a reset, a quiet rebellion against how fast and hard we move in the modern world. And while others compete on skyscrapers, tech suites, and butler buttons, Necker continues to lead with soul, with community, with trust, the very things money can't package but presence can protect. So yes, $280,000 might buy you the week, but the price of Necker is presence. To be here is to dare to disconnect, from ego, from noise, from the stories you've outgrown. And maybe that's the final truth. Necker isn't just a billionaire's island, it's your mirror. It reflects who you are when the filters drop, when status fades, when you remember what it feels like to be still, full content, not because you have more, but because you need less. You won't find Necker on a travel agency list. You certainly won't find it budgeted into a calendar. But if you find yourself drawn into its orbit, take note. Something in you is ready to unplug from performance and plug into possibility. Necker can't be explained. It must be felt. So if you ever get the chance to visit, don't hesitate. Don't overthink. Take off your shoes, your title, your hesitation, and arrive exactly as you are. And if that time isn't now, keep dreaming, keep building. Because this isn't just about an island. It's about creating a life so full, so bold, and so aligned that one day you're sitting at a beach bar next to your heroes and realizing you've become one too. This is Necker, a billionaire's paradise, an everyday person's inspiration, and maybe your next destination. Love this window into paradise. Subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories of the world's most exclusive places. Tell us in the comments, if you had 1 week on Necker, how would you spend it? And remember, paradise isn't found, it's chosen. Until next time, live bold, travel beautiful.